Today we'll take a trek at the Dudney Nature Center at 1220 North Egret Bay Boulevard in League City, Texas. The Nature Center was opened in 2009, bearing the names of two of League City's most notable civic leaders, Ned and Faye Dudney. Within its boundaries lies an almost 2-mile trail system, snaking its way through approximately 148 acres of coastal wetlands, prairie, and woodlands. Its amenities include restrooms, a pavilion, several interpretive signs, a pollinator garden, picnic tables, and several bird blinds from which to view a plethora of native waterfowl. Here's a quick overview of today's hike before we dive deeper into the route. The trailhead is situated immediately off the parking lot and will take us past the portside pavilion and some adjacent signs giving an overview of the Nature Center, along with information on the surrounding prairie ecosystem. It was also nice to see some displays of locally submitted artwork featuring many of the birds that are often seen along the Dudney trails. Shortly thereafter, the somewhat open prairie will give way to an arbor of greenery over the first woodland section of the trail. All trail surfaces throughout are graded concrete, with the exception of a few boardwalk sections. A short way in, you'll come to the first left-branching trail that will lead to the first of several bird blinds. Here you have a pristine vantage point over more prairie that gives way to a good-sized pond. We'll then retrace our steps back to the main trail and continue east. It was along this section that I caught a glimpse of a couple of white-tailed deer moving through the brush. Keeping to the course will present more overhanging greenery, with plenty of room to maneuver throughout. You'll then arrive at the second blind, which resides at the end of an elevated boardwalk, offering a closer view of the pond we could partially make out earlier. Here I saw my first fowl of the day in the form of a squawking great blue heron flying past. Back on the main trail, we'll continue until we come to a clearing on the right and the option to keep straight or head left. We'll elect to keep straight at this point. This section is tree-lined to the left, with a substantial cutout paralleling transmission towers to the right. This stretch will lead us nearly to the bank of Clear Creek, where I encountered a few more herons and a cormorant. Incidentally, this is the section you'll be able to view from our recent paddle from Clear Creek to Robinson Bayou, so be sure to check out that video. Here the trail cuts left and meanders through yet another pleasant tract paralleling Clear Creek's natural bend. The forest will again gently encompass the trail, where we'll continue past a leftward branching trail to arrive at yet another blind, which overlooks a more densely vegetated area than the previous ones. Here I saw several smaller birds, including cardinals and what were perhaps finches around the neighboring feeders. I could be wrong on those last specimens, as I'm just now getting deeper into the delightful delineations of the many species and subspecies. We'll then turn back and bear right on the trail we previously passed up. This will carry us across the most substantial boardwalk section of the preserve and back through a more forested segment. We'll soon arrive back at the initial trail intersection where we previously elected to keep straight. With that, we'll simply retrace our strides back to the trailhead, concluding a 1.8-mile hike. My final thoughts on the Dudney Nature Center hike are as follows. It's a great spot for a relatively short hike. Though it resides in the midst of the bustling League City area, it does a masterful job of providing a pristine nature experience that is well suited to those of all experience levels. The consistent grade makes it ideal for those who may wrestle with mobility or balance on more natural surfaces, and the interpretive guides, accompanied by the straightforward layout of the trail, make it a great destination for youngsters to put away their screens and enjoy the preserve's wholesome surroundings. The chances of seeing wildlife are fairly high given the varying ecosystems and well-executed blinds. I didn't see too much today, but I attribute that to the current heat advisory. From other accounts I've read, it's fairly common to see plenty of ibises, spoonbills, egrets, deer, rabbits, and raccoons on the premises, as well as the occasional alligator traversing Clear Creek. I highly recommend this one to anyone with even an inkling of getting out into nature. Hike safe, and God bless.